You did mention visiting all those places with your hospitality hat on.
Correct.
And after looking at the wow factors, let's take a look maybe at the ouch factor, because we talk about collaboration, we talk about convergence between hotels and hospitals, but how does it really play out in practical terms for operations? Very different cultures.
Yes, and you do make a good word, ouch. I have spent the best part of 25 years trying to get my general managers and hoteliers to even understand the business model of a spa, let alone try to introduce any medical procedures in there. And I think even today, the number one barrier for successes in spas in hotels is the financial controller that is working through the uniform system of accounting with hotels and can't get his head around the business model for spa. That's a side issue. But it's quite relevant because what it means is that to try to introduce anything medical into a hotel is going to make the legal team and the financial team very nervous. They have a business model that's dictated by the shareholders, the accounting practices, and even remuneration towards the sales team and the management team. So it's not in their interests to bring in something as they would consider risky to run and operate. And I think there's a reason why you don't see, at least I've not come across it in my career, a hotel that has a medical license. They haven't. They have to work with doctors, and most often that means they have to lease out the premises. The only exception to that would be if they started off as a Medi wellness center with accommodation, as opposed to a hotel selling rooms that tries to add Medi into it.
Which is the case for Chivasam, I believe, in Thailand. They started out as a hospital and then had their operating license as a hotel.
Yes, I wasn't aware of that, but that's probably correct. So I think that I don't see hotels getting into the medical wellness industry. They even get nervous when you have things such as we mentioned, cryotherapy and so on, the quasi-medical stuff. They get nervous with that. However, they have dabbled a little bit with it, the more forward thinking of them. And always, whenever I've introduced anything like that into the hotels I've worked with, my biggest issue is with the legal teams trying to make sure that the risk is covered. Even something like taking blood work can be extremely nerve-wracking for the general manager. So that's why it's interesting to see this collaboration between Minor Group and Vital Life. I mentioned that one because that is one that I'm aware of. There are probably many others out there, but it's interesting to see that and see how that will work. I think the hospitality are changing in terms of wellness. It's not medical wellness they're changing in. It's changing in the concept of what wellness means to the hotel. Again, going back to my experience, I was very worried when Accor took over the company I was working for, Fairmont Raffles Swiss Hotels. Very nervous because a merger and acquisition normally means exit of corporate people from one or the other of the companies. And fortunately, they told me that I could not only stay, but that I would be able to pretty much name my own job description and whatever. And at that time, I thought, I'm going to call myself the VP of Wellbeing as opposed to the Global Spa Director. And I thought that was important because the VP of Wellbeing has a different job description. And that would allow me the opportunity to get involved in the wellness design of the hotels and move outside of the doors of the fitness area or the spa and start thinking about what does wellness mean for the hotel. And today now you'll see more and more hotels are adding things into guest room design, to put wellness features into the guest rooms, or to think about the nutrition and how nutrition is played a bigger part in the marketing of the hotel, or in sustainability, and all of those different aspects. And in fact, we've seen it go even one step further with Hyatt's acquisition of Miraval, Intercontinental's acquisition of Six Senses, Banyan's Tree's announcement of 12 new brands built around wellness and sustainability. And you'll see that almost every hospitality group over the next probably 2 to 5 years will have their wellness brands, their sustainable brands within their corporate groups. And that's how I see them getting into wellness. So they won't particularly get into the medical wellness per se. They'll collaborate with medical providers, but they will certainly get into the greater meaning of wellness and what that means in the operation of the hotel and the branding of the hotel.